Alright guys, well I'm back today with a video that I don't normally make, but that's going to be discussing some things that Mark Zuckerberg just said about Facebook and Instagram promoting more free speech. They're actually dialing back some policies, changing how they enforce things, swapping out fact checkers with community notes, as well as doing a few other things that focus more on free speech rather than censoring content. We're going to be discussing that, whether I think he's actually serious or not, also how that affects guns, and more importantly, what we can do as a community to make things better for us, allowing more gun content on a wide variety of platforms with this new promotion of free speech. Now, we're going to be digging into a little bit more about what he specifically said, but one of the first things I really want to discuss and why I think this is huge and massive is not because I think he's necessarily going to change a ton on Facebook or Instagram. I mean, my account is still restricted as of today with things like the fact that it can't be shown to non-followers, the fact that I can't monetize my account, and a few other things. But more importantly, that people are waking up. People are waking up to the fact that big tech platforms have been really censoring speech. And up until now, the only other large content creation owner, Elon Musk, wasn't taken very seriously by a lot of the country. Now, you take a figure like Mark Zuckerberg, which has been a champion, well, in my opinion, has really focused on censoring speech the past 4 years, and having him start to turn, shift, and realize what they've been doing. It's definitely a sign of the times. He actually cites the current election for one of the main reasons why they're focusing more on freedom of speech, which is great to hear, but it's kind of sad to see that they never took a strong stand for the last 4 years for freedom of speech. But with this renewed sense of free speech on a wide variety of platforms like X and hopefully now Facebook and Instagram, we need to push back as a gun community to allow YouTube to start pulling back some of their most restrictive rules. We can all get together and start emailing YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, pinning Zuck, pinning everybody else at YouTube on a lot of these posts talking about bringing guns back to YouTube. Now you say, well, guns are still on YouTube. I still see your channel. YouTube has recently banned the pawn shop find videos. The deal alert videos are incredibly censored right now. A lot of that has been moved to Rumble and X, but they're just not as good platforms for long form video content, and YouTube has been absolutely great for that. So I'd strongly recommend you guys start pushing back. You can easily find the customer service emails, or especially on Instagram and Facebook, let's push Zuck further. Let's start tagging him in our posts. Let's start tagging him in posts like bring gun content back, make guns okay again. Like, let's push hard on this, because if he starts to shift hard, if X starts to shift hard, YouTube will have to start to shift hard and start rolling back some of their restrictive contents. Some things that you can't show right now on YouTube at all is full auto, 30-round mags, promotion of the sale of firearms. So, it just gets into these very, very vague and gray areas on YouTube right now, and it is insanely difficult as a content creator to keep producing content under these heavy restrictions without worrying about losing your account. The other thing Facebook is doing is dialing back the way they use either AI or filters to catch violative material. And I think YouTube can really take a step back and learn from Facebook on this if Facebook truly acts. A lot of times the algorithm will pick out things, strike and flag, that are absolutely okay, and I deal with this on a daily basis. The manual review process is also difficult because YouTube farms out manual reviews to other countries. People may not understand the gun laws here in the US or restrictive states. One thing that Mark actually discussed in his video was discussing bringing a lot of his facilities from California to Texas, a more unbiased area in his opinion, or at least he said the perception of having unbiasedness. I'm going to quickly cut over and discuss a few other points he said, bring in my laptop so I don't get wandering off and look at my notes, and we'll kind of talk about those. So there's a few key points that I really want to go over and read for you guys, because Mark actually discusses in this video, and it's the first time I've ever heard him or somebody like him acknowledge this publicly so clear. and it says the only way they're going to combat the censorship is with the support of the U.S. government. Now, I kind of disagree with that statement. I think Mark could have done a lot to combat the censorship without the support of the U.S. government, but it does help if they are on your side, because he goes on to say, if I can scroll through here, over the past 4 years, even the U.S. government, by going after us, meaning Facebook, Meta, and Instagram, and other U.S. companies, has emboldened other governments, but now we have the opportunity to change. Now, he is discussing in no kind of veiled terms that over the last 4 years, our U.S. government has actively went after Facebook and other companies to censor content. And that is a strong accusation. Not from me. We've been seeing this kind of behind the scenes for years now, but from Mark himself to say something like that is huge. And this is the tipping point, I believe. I would love for you guys to share this video, comment on this video. Let's make this video blow up. But more importantly, let's tag Mark. Let's tag a lot of these companies and push for less restrictions on gun content on all of these platforms. I think it's going to be a big deal moving forward. I think right now we have the upper hand to start doing things a little bit more. I think for me personally, I think if it's legal in the gun space, it should be allowed on YouTube. Plain and simple. If you can have it legally and you're following the laws, it should be allowed on YouTube. But there are so many rules we have to follow. It's getting really difficult. Let's use this time to push back on some of these more restrictive policies and really make YouTube kind of great again on this platform. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one.